nice idea. Thanks. I'll add that. So once again, I am celebrating hitting 1,000 subscribers. So obviously, your input is welcome. know what? I am going to create this. I'll check it out from a zoomed out perspective, and then would what I'm going to do is I'll make sure the horn, I can turn off the horn, turn it off and on, toggle it like that and see if it's gonna work. But let me finish the eyes, and then I'll continue with the original plan with the potential to add horns, because if I add horns I have to clean the flames and redo them, because the flames from the eyes need to avoid, we need to move around the horns. Okay, it seems, can you hear me, by the way? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know in the chat, because I probably just focus on texting to respond to your text. Let me see. Yeah, that is modular. All right then. Okay, let me see if I can connect um my microphone. Hopefully there are not as much issues, because it's very sensitive and I'm still trying to resolve that. Hello. Please reduce the volume of your whatever you're using, in case it's too sensitive, so it doesn't affect your hearing. How is that? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Coming out of the throat, okay. Those are just vines, just typical, dark magic, whatever thingy. I'm thinking Maleficent, right? She has those vines, those tree thingy. So it's supposed to be a root. It's supposed to be a root thing wrapping itself around, so it completes the staff aesthetic, right? So it's not just a skull and then a rod, right? It kind of tapers in from the skull into the staff rod, right? That was the design, so it really wouldn't just fall off, because if it was just a rod and a staff and a ball, this orb thingy, wait, why can't I see it? Wait a minute. Okay, I see why. So if it was just this and this, right, then it falls off, right? Oh, I I said I wanted to know if you could hear me. I wanted to know if you could hear me because I wanted to switch the I wanted to switch to this, which is more sensitive, right? So you need to turn down the volume in case it starts off too sensitive. Oh, okay, I see why. I haven't connected it, so I hope you're prepared by now. Hello. So let me know if the volume is better now because I've switched the source of the audio you're hearing. Hello. So how is it now? Can you hear me? Okay, okay, I'll fix that now. Monitor. Okay. How about now? I have adjusted it. I couldn't hear you over my stove. Okay. I'm guessing the log means you can hear me. Confirm that. So if you can hear me, I'll continue with explaining the vines. All right then. All right. All right. So these are we use this for labeling, creating labeling. Um, right? And then the aesthetic, right, was that this tapers in, this tapers in, right? So on second thoughts now, self, I'm thinking the vine should have been holding, the skull a bit more, since the vine was supposed to allow the skull stick or like stay in place along with the staff movement. But now it just looks like he can. I was just about to ask to zoom out. Yes. So I'm gonna zoom. The thing is, I'm using a portrait mode, so the space is limited. However, there's something I can do. There's something I can do. So where are you watching from, by the way, William? Where are you watching from? Let me manage my screen space better. So I think. How about now? Is this okay? See better? Hmm. Maybe. Okay, I see the problem. You're seeing just the drawing, but I have a couple of docked or undocked windows here clogging my view. Okay, and then the sketchbook. I'm using Sketchbook Pro, by the way. Sketchbook Pro has a way that if you're recording, you only see the artwork, right? And then you don't see the windows in the recording. Okay, so all right, so this is the general concept behind this, right? It's a staff. You shoot energy beams out of it. I have to, you know, to stay true with the videos I've been doing before, I had to make the score at least anatomically correct. So I couldn't make the orb as big as I wanted it to be. So this is the next best thing, right? The orb actually fitting the mouth. It wouldn't fit, but let's just assume it fits just around the size that it would need to open into. And then, we have the vines just to show that there's some growth. There's some growth ability. The wielder of the staff is somehow connected to the energy that is coming out of it of the orb, right? So when you hold the staff, they're not just holding a rod, they're holding something that is able to absorb like energy and then perhaps incubate it in the orb and then the orb shoots it out. So the orb shooting it out follows the aesthetic of aura, like shooting beams and everything. So I'm merging the typical magic. So I'm not, if you notice, the mist is being absorbed by the orb, right? But when you're shooting, it's a defined, more scientific energy beam, which is different from the usual misty magical thingy. So the orb itself being circular fits, it's able to connect both the magical world and the. Yes, I do. I know what backward is. It looks like a cornrow that was oh, this is it like this. Instead of like this. Actually, so I'm trying to see if I can stay true. So as you're making suggestions, I'm also able to reject if it doesn't work with the big picture. I would reject or perhaps try a modified or mutated version of your suggestion that works with it. So I'm not outrightly rejecting. I'm just welcoming ideas and help you fit into at least synchronize with what is going on better. And so far, you've been making very useful suggestions. But now, instead of making the vines hold the head, the horn can bend backwards to focus. Because one of the things I thought of, I don't know if you're able to if you're able to watch the previous um if you're able to rewatch the previous lives. I've done 3 lives this night, right? You see, when I started the page, when I started the background and everything, trying to draw the skull and everything, I was considering a kind of thing that latches on the rod, right, and then comes out with the skull, and then just has that that grip aesthetic, because being able to grip is very important. I'm thinking now from a engineering perspective, right? This explosion, this energy beam, this high density energy beam is going to rock the rod. It's going to shake a lot. It's going to shake vigorously, right? Imagine the skull falling off and the light is just shining. The orb is blasting beams in everywhere, like 360, and even the wheel that is blasted into oblivion. That's gonna be very expensive. So at the very least, currently, I don't know if you noticed, but here the orb is at least trying to hold the orb. The vines rather are trying to hold the orb, and the teeth jaw here is also trying to hold the orb, which means it's very dangerous. It might not really sell the impression that it's dangerous yet, but at the very least, a wheel that is protected at the very least. But I can see now that I'm not doing a good job in terms of, I am doing an okay job when it comes to security, but when it comes to really selling that the orb is dangerous, I'm not really doing a good job yet. I'll see what I can do about that. See what I can do about that. So, okay. Sorry again for the noises, because this microphone is very sensitive. I'm gonna need to work on audio levels. Balance audio levels very important. Okay, so okay, what else? Okay, needed to add 3 hours. Can imagine the orange data. Let me click the this is no, let me do something here. I'm gonna try to do something and see if it will work. Okay. Let's figure out this alright, yes. So doing this, I'm gonna show my list of things I need to do. So regardless of the suggestions and things I need to do, I'm not really getting confused or anything. It's a little function. Okay, so
Challenges and dreams. Okay, let's see if I can predict the. What's the problem? Okay, fix that. Sorry about that. Ah, I'm just gonna list the items real quick. Please let me know if you can still hear me back, man. Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna go back to that just to communicate my intentions at once. Okay, I feel like the I feel like would be the old would be very so powerful. Small cracks in the skull will appear. Okay, so if it was very powerful, there will be cracks in the skull and it will be so pristine. It would appear with energy going through them. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so let me add that. It's what else? Uh, I wasn't listening. What are you referring to? Hey, I don't know why that thing is right there. A little box above your head, above my head. When I check, actually, little box above. What? Are you referring to the sentence? I'm not even sure I understand what you meant by the last. For the other. So, I wasn't listening. I didn't know what did I say. Oh, so there's something distracting you, is that what you're saying? Because this is the second time you said that. I'm not sure I understand that. Or I don't understand. That is ignore direct communication. It was your things. It just defines latching design. Okay, okay. You meant the what I was using to explain what I needed to do. This is this what you mean? Is this what you mean? Oh, okay, okay, yes. I wanted a way to visually show what I am doing or what has been done. You get just a visual way to keep track that I can communicate as well to everybody. So there's no need to always explain over and over again. That was why. Okay, it's definitely reassuring that you can hear me because having to type is distracting. I can just respond with my words. Alright, so let's get into it. What have I chosen first to attend to? Yeah, I know, right? List of things that you all right. The next on the agenda is to I've done UI flames. So let me which is dependent. I need to assess the dependencies of the new things I need to add. The iflames might not get um, obstructed, so it's not dependent on the the horn does not affect anything. The cracks, though, the cracks. Okay, okay. So I think I understand the order now. And then what else? It's communicate that the orb is dangerous. The cracks, so they're the same thing. Okay. So the cracks communicate that the orb is dangerous, and at the same time, show that it is active. It's not just a random thing there. So the cracks are actually solving several things at once. Crack is the most valuable addition at 10 minutes. So going for the cracks. Wish me luck. Aim for the cracks! Yeah! Sorry about that. Okay, so Zaka cracks will be more green, have a more greener hue because it feels poisonous slightly and it matches the life because there's a hue of green that is actually poisonous that's used to communicate poison. Is that hold on we can use here. I mean, I know right. I gotta count that money. Make sure it's correct. Stack them zeros. Okay, so the cracks that you very strong. Oh, okay, so it's not just greens. Hmm. Okay. So you plan it's doing this way. The areas that are in contact directly receive a lot of cracks, or at least hello guys. I can see that some force viewers just say hi in the comment section. Alright, so let me give you a quick rundown of what has been happening before now. I am creating a staff that shoots energy beams, and I'm also designing it. It's not just a random concept art. I'm designing it, making sure it's functional, but not, not like I'm actually building it. But what if it's a what if situation, right? So there's a rod here that it connects to this and this scone, but it's being fastened by the vines, these vines here, right? So my very good friend here, Williams, is has been making some really good suggestions. He really has a good eye, and so I've been trying to balance incorporating his idea and also staying true to the original design. So that's the back and forth that has been going on since. And so if you enjoy this, you can say something in the chat or just keep watching, like and subscribe, and just maintain your anonymity if that is what you want. But you owe me likes, you owe me subscriptions. Hold up, hold up. Okay, so the next session after this is, me trying to get to know. No, the next session after this, once this concept art is done, I'll ease into actually this, painting, drawing a normal bust, right? And then, the next after that is to get to know each other and just I focus more on the chat. But right now, I'm more focused on my canvas and you guys watching it. Okay, so this gonna experience. Stuff. So it just looks like it's liquid. So I need to make it smart. I hope you guys can actually hear me. I'm done with the pennies and I'm 200. Are you running hold on, don't tell me yet. Are you running a vending machine? Are you running a vending machine? And congratulations, by the way, 208 pennies. That's money is money, regardless. Especially if it's passive income. Okay, so you can't have it looking like a liquid. Can't have it looking like a liquid dripping because that will make the vines and everything look wet and fresh, like juicy to affect the aesthetic. It needs to look dry yet solid and strong. See? Besides, with this now, there's not much real estate. So this way, this way, this way. Okay. And because the stronger, denser areas will not receive as many cracks, right? This place is dense. This place is dense. Cracking here will lead to failure. But it needs to come from this areas, basically. So proximity to the ball is creating cracks, right? Okay. 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 So I'm gonna use this as a guide. Switches for city. Use this. Yes. So I was asking. I said, do you run a vending machine? Do you run a vending machine? Because you sound like passive, like it's a. I said, do you run a vending machine? A vending machine. How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me though? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Are you there? Hello? Hello, William. Okay. next is so next is welcome back. So now adding the horns, added. Yeah, I see one person here though. Perhaps he's counting me as well. But I'm not watching, I'm watching from the back end. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm just it's a humble beginning. Yeah. I'm grateful for every single one of you, including you. Yes, man. This looks like a bad hairdo. If I can always manually. Now $20.18. Congratulations. Is this should be how should I put it? Is this a typical income like from this particular source? Is this a typical income or still counting? I mean, even if this is something, right? I just want to understand the context. Oh wait, you're referring to the change apart from the 200, which is good. I mean, happy for you. So I'm a bit careful about the questions I'm asking because I wouldn't want you to reveal anything about, some things I just consider. I wouldn't want you to reveal anything about your business if you didn't want to. If you didn't want to. Okay, so this is a skull, a backward, a typical dragon head style skull, horn. Hmm. Okay, let's do this. Vision. And then there's something I need to correct here. I'm going to clear your mind shadows as you can. Beverages proper. Hey, William, are you there? Oh, okay, okay. No problem. Please confirm if you okay, if you can still hear me, confirm if you can still hear me. So I've fixed the value range of the overall picture. Also the vines, I've added the shadows. I wanted to, but I got carried away. So now I've added three ones. One, two, three, and some background ones, just random stuff. So now I'm going to try to find my way in. Is this even the right things? Yeah, it's not. To go something that. All right, thank you so much. I wish you and your wife well. And it's been wonderful having you on the stream. I hope you can join the next streams and at least be an consistent viewer. Tell your wife I said I understand. And thank you for your time as well. take a break.